Time for the Weird and Wacky segment.
Abominable snowman.
He's not an axe murderer.
One of the TAs turned out to be a bot.
First up in a long stretch of Weird and Wacky, bank forced to rehire workers after lying about chatbot productivity, union says. So I forgot what bank this was.
It was I was in another country, bank.
In England,
yeah.
I think, right?
Yeah.
And yeah, so the chatbot, not so good. And it was actually Australia.
Yeah.
They're having to rehire 45 union members because the bank lied about how good the chatbot
Instead of dramatically reduced call volume when it actually increased call volume.
Right.
And all kinds of other things. But what was interesting about this, now I was scrolling through TikTok and I saw a podcast where they were talking about layoffs from IBM in their HR department. I haven't verified this. So I need to look into it, but they were saying that IBM had laid off a bunch of people in their HR department because a chatbot could then do what the HR department did essentially.
Right.
So, I mean, we're going to see more, and whether or not IBM did that or not, I'm not sure. I need to verify that, but we're going to see more and more of this where if your main job function is to interface with other employees and basically give them policies, information, advise them on what to do, that's all stuff that a chatbot can do very effectively.
Yeah.
And so you're in danger and you should be aware of that now.
Yeah. That said, I recently had a call, I was calling, some vendor, and it kept ringing and on hold. And eventually then this very clear AI chatbot came on and pretended to be human to talk to me. Oh, and it had a human voice, the whole thing.
Yeah.
The voice was great. It just irritated me to no end because it's I don't want to talk to a computer. I want to talk to a person.
Yeah.
I can get this done in 45 seconds with a human.
Yeah.
But I got to explain a bunch of stuff to.
Yeah. This
is irritating.
I feel like when we get voice AI chatbots, they should identify that that's what you're talking to immediately.
Right.
Because most everyone's going to know anyway. Even if it's subconscious, they're going to recognize it somehow, at least in the near term. But the annoyance level is going to be far less if you're like, hey, welcome to blank company's, customer service. I'm the HR chatbot. Let me see if I can help you. That would at least be better.
We don't want to leave you on hold for too long. Let's see if I can help.
Yeah. That's right.
If it had said that, I'd be like, okay, let's see if you can help.
Yeah. All right. Next up, not so much technology related, but man, I had to tag it. Walmart recalls frozen shrimp over potential radioactive contamination. My question was, if you eat the radioactive shrimp, do you become Shrimp Man? That's really what I wanted to, I was like, man, this is how we create superheroes right here. It's a radioactive shrimp, the radioactive spider for Spider-Man.
I thought you were going to go all the way to the Hulk, not Shrimp Man.
To the Hulk? Is that how he ate radioactive shrimp and became the Hulk?
No, but it was gamma radiation that
but when I think of something radioactive interacting with a human to become superhuman, it's obviously Spider-Man. The radioactive spider bites him. He becomes Spider-Man. That seems more analogous to me.
So she became Shrimp Man.
Yeah, Shrimp Man.
Or Shrimp Person.
Shrimp Person. Yeah, I like that. Shrimp Person can work.
Shrimp Person.
That seems like that's not a very PC term either. So yeah.
What happens with your superpower then? You just have the power to become really small?
Yeah, I don't know what
it's
shrimp
Ant-Man, but shrimp
could be a superpower. You swim really well, maybe, but not so well that you don't get caught in large nets, I guess. I assume that's
there is that pistol shrimp, right? That shoots has a thing that shoots so fast that it's supersonic.
So I like that. Okay.
Maybe you get that power.
Sign me up for that superpower. Shooting supersonic stuff? Done. Let's do it.
Well, if you want to have a superpower, apparently you just do it while being a regular human, because this next story is crazy. How a Croatian free driver held his breath for 29 minutes underwater.
Yeah.
That is not a typo or me missaying it. 29 minutes underwater.
29 minutes. Yeah. But the record before that was 25 minutes and something. And the record before that was 17. Apparently David Blaine did it on Oprah Winfrey show back in the day. For 17 minutes, it's a whole thing. Wild.
29 minutes is nuts.
And he laid on the bottom of a pool for the 29 minutes And he said it got much easier after the first 20 minutes, like that, because like the stomach cramps and start. Like, yeah, that's when it gets easier to not breathe, is after the first 20 minutes. That's good to know. I'm glad that I know that. So,
yeah. Unfortunately for me, it gets not as easy to breathe like within like 3 seconds. Like that's
I can't hold my breath for even a minute. Like I'm not even there. So
yeah,
I know there's special methodologies for this. Apparently, he was also breathing in pure oxygen for I think like
you're allowed to do
30
for the
seconds or something before this or something. So that helped for sure.
30 minutes.
30 minutes. Oh, okay. Yeah.
You're allowed to breathe in pure oxygen for up to 30 minutes for the Guinness Book of World Records, which is what this was done for.
Gotcha.
And apparently there's 2 sets of records for this.
Yeah. There was like an holding your breath oxygen something. And I was like, what would the other one be? Like, I was like, what? Like how, like it had this weird title to it. I was like, what is that even? How else are you going to do it? Maybe it's natural, like without pure oxygen or something. Maybe that's it.
Yeah, I don't really understand, but that it's kind of amazing. Who knew that the human body could go
the human body
without oxygen?
I have researched this enough to know that there's a certain point I think in the human body where I think your spleen somehow like releases some oxygen into your bloodstream to help you as it fights against you like dying. And I was like, oh, well, I'm out. I don't have a spleen, so I can't ever do that. Yeah. So I was like, oh, that's a bummer. So, no holding my breath for 30 minutes. So
you can only go to 28 minutes.
Sad face. Yeah. So, all right, moving on. Sad face. Toothpaste made from hair provides natural root to repair teeth. So apparently if you turn your hair somehow into toothpaste, it's got some proteins in it that coat your tooth enamel and can also help like repair damaged enamel. Like this is apparently better than fluoride. Like better than even strengthening your teeth.
So the
amazing.
Keratin, I think, is
keratin. That's it. Keratin, yes,
in there.
Yep.
And they have side by side like X-rays, I guess, of the enamel.
Yeah.
Before and after doing this, and yeah, it has repaired the enamel, which is crazy.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And amazing that you can do that. So coming soon to your bathroom, hair toothpaste.
Yeah, I like it. It's disgusting. Don't tell me, actually. Just don't tell me. But I like it, but don't tell me.
Don't read the ingredients made from
But
your
that's
hair.
true for a lot of things. Like just don't read. You don't want to know the ingredients of this. It's like, you just got to go with it. Yeah.
Yeah. But something you do want to take a look at and dig into, which this is kind of fascinating.
Amazing.
A new generation is uncovering the tiny doodles left by engineers on old microchips. And so apparently there's this whole hobby of taking old microchips, kind of delaminating them, prying off the cases, and then looking at them under a very large microscope.
Right.
And and so some engineers have left really doodles in there that they didn't think anybody would ever find. So some of these are 20 years old or older.
Yeah.
And some of the engineers that have designed these things are like, I didn't think anybody would ever see this stuff. They did it for themselves, basically.
Yeah. There was like a yin yang in there, and there was like a house, like somebody made a house with like a saying next to it. And there were several others. I don't remember what all they were. So pretty fascinating.
Yeah, that's kind of neat. You kind of appreciate that. So there's a website, and I've forgotten what the website is. It's mentioned in the article. So if you're interested in this, go look at it. But there's a website that is documenting these chips and the artwork that they find inside of the chips. All right, Sanjay, tag this next one because I know what an astrology buff you are. And I knew this was going to be really important to you because you're always talking about your sign and what your aura is or whatever. I don't even know. So none of that. I know they're not the same. Netflix launching Astrology Hub, the streamer to recommend shows based on your sign, which I find absolutely hilarious.
I think they've run out of ideas over there at Netflix. I'm very sorry to you folks over there at Netflix. You've hit a wall.
I feel like you could do the same thing, except it'd be like, okay, we're going to organize shows today by the color clothing you're wearing. So if you're wearing a black t-shirt, these are your shows. If you're wearing an orange top, these are your shows. You know, like, let's just be totally arbitrary about it. That'd be fun. So,
yeah. Next up right after that is shows based on the length of your fingernails. Why? Why is that a thing that needs to happen? I don't understand.
Oh, God. I love that.
We're going to actually start that website.
That's so good.
Measure your fingernails, and then we'll tell you what shows to watch.
I mean, obviously, if you've got like really short fingernails, you watch horror shows. Like you're biting your nails. Like, obviously, it's horror shows.
Clearly.
If you've got longer fingernails, obviously you love mysteries. You know, that's a clear. If you got ultra long fingernails, it's romance all day long. Romance. I'm not sure why, but that's what I'm going to go with.
And somewhere in between is action. You know, you got some comedy in there.
If you have dirt under your fingernails, obviously documentaries. You know, like that's clearly that's what you got to do. So yeah. All right, last up in Weird and Wacky, and what may be one of my favorite Weird and Wacky articles that we've covered. Maybe ever. Oh my gosh.
Love the Marines. Love the Marines.
Marines managed to get past an AI powered camera, quote, undetected, thanks to hiding in boxes. So here's the backstory. They took I think they only took 6 days to train an AI camera on how to spot, people, Marines. And the problem is people can take all kinds, a walking person looks dramatically different than a standing person, looks dramatically different than a running person, whatever. So then I think it was 6 Marines were tasked with, can you get past this camera? So the first 2 Marines, this is the best. They did somersaults. And they just stayed in the ball and just did somersaults toward the AI camera. And because it hadn't been trained for that, it had no idea. Then the next 2, and this is the best. This might be the best. The next 2 just put big boxes over themselves and just walked straight at the camera. And my favorite part was it talked about how they were giggling the whole way. So I have this image of these Marines just giggling as they're walking toward the AI camera. And then somebody else stripped a fir tree, just held the tree up in front of them and just walked towards the camera with the tree in front of them. And they all defeated the AI camera easily doing that, which was amazing.
Yeah. So. Which, then makes you feel a little bit better that not yet will the AI overlords come to kill us, because you could just hide from them by putting in a box.
Yeah, just do some somersaults and they'll be like, run. No, don't run. Somersault.
That's like brown bears and black bears, right? With one, you want to be big. The other one, you want to play dead. When it's an AI camera, you just want to roll up into a ball and roll around.
I'm trying to remember which one it is. Well, polar bears, you're just dead. I think brown bears, you play dead, and black bears, you fight, right? Isn't that what it is?
My approach is I just avoid bears.
I like that. Or you always have bear spray if you're in a place where you're going to have bears. That's always a good thing too. So
there you go.
Yeah, I like bear spray.